Can you see that oil puddle right there? That's not supposed to be there. And it comes from the ball gear shaft on my shaper. Now I've looked it up and I've got this thing for almost 10 years now. So a little bit of maintenance, well, doesn't seem like a problem to me. It's not been as straightforward as just pulling this gear out and replacing the seal. I recall that some of this linkage had to come off, and then the entire coupling here, and then the gears needed to be in the right alignment. So, in other words, I think it's worth making a video about it. I'll start by getting rid of the arm here which attaches to the feed ratchet. Peeking into the side here, we'll unveil one slotted screw, and when I turn further on, there'll be a second one as well. They need to come off so that we can pull the gear out of here. One thing just struck me is that if I aligned this T-slot here with the part where the gears mesh, then you don't need to pull this gear out. The reason I had to pull it was because this flange here is in the way, but you know, if we move it like that, then the flange isn't. Well, live and learn, I reckon. Anyways, now it's all out. There in the back is the seal which we want to replace, and that's what we're going to do. The gear itself is in tip-top shape. The surface which the O-ring sits on is beautiful, no galling, nothing to worry about. And then there is another O-ring in here to also keep oil from leaking out. And I'm just going to prophylactically swap that guy out as well. The seal is pretty good in there. Luckily it's still one of those metal types. So I drilled a hole and then followed that up with a wood screw. And then I put my pliers against it and levered like so. And as you can see, it's given the first part of the way, so I'm confident I can get it the rest of the way out. There we go. Piece of cake. And judging by the condition that this is in, i.e. rock hard and starting to tear, I am not quite so sure whether I actually swapped this out 10 years ago. I mean, this brown coloring, that doesn't just happen from 10 years of sitting in a pretty clean basement. That's more like 50 years of use, you know. So I've been scratching my head on how to get the new sealing ring in there nice and square, because I don't have a piece of tubing this large and nothing, you know, I didn't want to risk putting a drift and a hammer to work on this. And then it struck me, you big dummy, you've got the best tool to drive this in right in front of you. because it's the gear that it's going to be riding on. Just insert the ring on here and then shove this thing in there. It's going to be nice and square. Now, I was kinda wondering, there has to be a way without taking the whole feed mechanism off. And of course there was. Alright, it's all back together again. So what I'm going to do now is just run it. See that there is oil in here for the sealant to, go up against. And then just wait. Clean off the floor. Come back in the morning, see if there's any drops.
The next day.
Bone dry. Thanks for watching, everyone.